Pedro Porro scored the second goal as Spain beat France 2-0. Fabrizio Romano has stated that Cristian Romero is to leave Tottenham Hotspur this summer. Fabrizio Romano has also stated that there is no chance that Mickey van der Ven leaves this summer, and Inter Milan remain interested in Djed Spence. Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, to another edition of the Daily Tottenham News Headlines. I'm Lee, the Dorset Spur, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So here are the main stories today. Pedro Porro scored the second goal as France beat Spain 2-0 in Dallas on Tuesday evening to secure a place in the World Cup final. The Spurs defender was named the player of the match. Spain will now face either England or Argentina in the World Cup final on Sunday. Fabrizio Romano has stated that Cristian Romero is to leave Tottenham this summer. Inter held talks with Spurs over recent days. Romero had been offered as option during talks for Djed Spence. Inter keen, but costs are very high. Barcelona also like Romero. Fabrizio Romano also said Inter remain in talks for Djed Spence, seen as a top target at right wing back. Spurs valuation higher than Inter expectations, but talks are ongoing. The player would be open to the move. Sky Sports in Italy, on these stories, they have stated Inter continues its search for a right-sided player, and among the names being considered is Tottenham's Djed Spence, who is putting in an excellent performance at the World Cup with England. However, Spurs' asking price exceeds the £25 to £30 million Inter is willing to spend, though they intend to negotiate for the player. Demands are also high for Romero, also from Tottenham, standing at around £50 million. Fabrizio Romano has stated that there is no chance that Mickey van der Ven leaves this summer. The Spurs defender is untouchable. Tottenham are ready to let Romero go to move on and try something different. Credit to Tottenham because they already invested, so they are not going to enter the market when the world people know that they are letting Romero go. They signed Van Hecker, they signed Marco Senesi. Van der Ven is absolutely untouchable. All the stories on Van der Ven, Liverpool, Van der Ven to Barcelona, fake news. Van der Ven is staying in as a crucial player for De Zerbi. So it's very clear that QT Romero is going to leave Tottenham. Former Spurs women captain Beth England has signed for Crystal Palace women on a 2-year deal. Caught offside and Team Talk are stating that Tottenham enter fullback race despite inquiries already made by Manchester United. Tottenham Hotspur have joined the growing battle for one of the Premier League's most dependable and versatile defenders. Spurs are looking to strengthen their options across the back line, and targeting a player capable of operating on either flank would give them valuable protection during a demanding domestic and European campaign. According to Team Talk, Tottenham have entered the race to sign Nottingham Forest fullback Neco Williams. Manchester United and Newcastle United have already registered their interest in the 25-year-old, meaning Spurs could face serious competition if they decide to submit an offer. Williams enjoyed an excellent 25-26 campaign and was voted Forest's Player of the Season by the club supporters. His ability to play at right back, left back or wing back is a major part of the attraction. Tottenham will be gaining someone who can provide competition on both sides while also allowing the manager to switch formations without making major personnel changes. So some views on these stories. Well, obviously congratulations to Pedro Porro scoring the goal that sealed it for Spain against France, taking them to the World Cup final. So potentially Tottenham will have a player win the World Cup this year. With Pedro Porro, along comes Senesi, Romero, and of course Djed Spence, that could all still be in there. So there will be a Tottenham player winning the World Cup this time. Of course, lots of talk in this this update about Cristian Romero leaving, going to Inter or to Barcelona as part of the talks for Djed Spence, who's another one that's being talked about. I'd be surprised if Djed Spence was let go, considering he's had a really good World Cup so far. He's getting talked about in all the right ways. So I'd be surprised if Djed Spence moved on, especially with the story further down about Nico Williams coming over as well. Djed can play left out or right as well. So I'd be surprised at that. You know, I'm not saying that Williams isn't a good option. I'm sure he is. Newcastle are interested, Manchester United are interested, and so on. But for me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for Djed Spence to move on at this stage. He's started to really show his worth, certainly towards the end of the season and during this World Cup. So, yeah, it's a strange one for me. It may be Inter are asking, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Tottenham are paying attention to it. So, yeah, I'm not too convinced about that one. But obviously Romero, we've all been talking about Romero for probably as long as I can remember now, about him leaving because his attitude's wrong, or his commitment's not there, and so on and so forth. We have heavily invested in the defence, so it would make sense for him to go, but he is the club captain as well, and a World Cup winner, potentially a World Cup winner again. So I don't know. I know a lot of feedback that I've received is, fans are happy to see him go, not bothered about him staying. So we'll see. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Are you happy to let Romero go? Are you happy to let Spence go? Is it all about how much money it costs? And is Nico Williams a better option than Djed Spence? Would we want to swap him for that position? So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. My name's Lee the Dorset Spur. I do have my own channel, so if you'd like to pop over and say hi, I'd be more than happy to have you there. If not, that's cool. Don't worry. I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the Spurs.